It's time to hit home stretch on the show, and we'll bring you social media buzz at this time. Mercy Emmanuel is here to take us through that social ride on what's buzzing within Nigeria's social space. Good morning.
Good morning, Samson. Good morning. Margaret, thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday, and you're all blue. I mean, blue. Margaret went green, Africa. You know. So what's buzzing?
Okay, so we'll start with politics.
Oh, interesting.
Some supporters of the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Bola Tinubu, on Wednesday compared the deputy governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Funke Akindele, to an ant in his presence. Tinubu supporters in a song had likened the actress to an ant in the presence of the presidential candidate at the Lagos APC secretariat. Let's take a listen. So reacting the song, I don't know if you came out, you saw the video.
Yes.
It's just saying who is Funke in the presence of Sanwo-Olu, that she's just an ant.
Yes.
Then there's this other Yoruba one that says she's like, I can't really interpret it, but they compared her to Sanwo-Olu,
yes, and
also compared her to Tinubu, that who is her in the presence of Tinubu. But I'll just take Tinubu's reaction. Addressing the gathering in Yoruba, Tinubu said, "Don't even behave as if you remember the name. It's a big insult. It's an abuse. A fowl wants to enter a house. It's bending down. How tall is it in the first place?" So I'll just take some reaction. As Daniel Rega says, Tinubu said, "It's disrespectful to mention Funke Akindele in his presence, really. But I bet it won't be disrespectful if she's contesting on the APC platform or singing in praises." His statement reeked of pride, which isn't surprising because this is someone who feels very entitled. And as Nowengo says, the fact that Tinubu is vexed at the mention of Funke Akindele's name, it means whatever PDP, Jando, Funke are doing in that Lagos, they should double it. If they touch her mother. Then at Aisha Yasufu say, one who dances passion and shows it off got voted to be senator and now governor. But it is Funke Akindele's dance that are your problem. Meanwhile, it is running mate she is. Oh, gender discrimination is more real. And at Semitayo says, when Funke Akindele was picked, you all said Lagos PDP are jokers, but named the Ratu, the incumbent party presidential candidate, at his own rally. Whatever than Jando, Funke Akindele and Lagos PDP are doing, they should keep it up. Okay, so we'll start with when the news came out that Funke Akindele will be the running mate with Jando.
Yes.
People were like, an actress, what does she know about politics? But we've seen activities, we've seen videos of her moving from one local government to the other, to the market, trying to educate people about the upcoming election and try to campaign for a party, and even for herself that they should vote for her. But again, I want to say, then I'll go back to Rega's reaction. Rega said, is it because she's from the opposition party? Let's assume she's in APC and she's even singing praises to Tinubu. Will we get this kind of reaction from him? Well,
it's simple. If you're not on the same party, you can expect jibes like this to be thrown. Again, people are looking at it from the angle of that, because there are different angles to it. That is it because she's a woman? That's why Aisha Yusufu was coming from gender discrimination. That's an aspect. But I don't think that was even from that angle. It was more like, who is, Funke Akindele in the scheme of things to me, when it comes to politics. That was the angle I'm coming. Remember that, the video itself, before the mention of Funke Akindele, the supporters had already sang songs, who is Jando, being, before Sanwo-Olu, and that was the same response, like, oh, he's not someone.
I want to ask this. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a presidential candidate, not a governorship governor candidate. So I want to see the battle should be between Sanwo-Olu and Jando and Funke, not between Tinubu and Funke or Jando.
Again, we
understand is a father figure in Lagos.
Beyond that, it's also in context. As I said, the video had not just to do with Funke alone, but also Jando. When Jando's name was mentioned alongside Sanwo-Olu, the same comparison that who is he before Sanwo-Olu, Tinubu reacted. People didn't see that. It's simply because he said, Funke, or liking her to an ant, and said her name shouldn't be mentioned, that brought about that. I want to think that's coming from the place of, when it comes to politics, like who is she? Now that's one. Two, I understand those who are saying coming from the gender aspect that okay, maybe because she's a woman, that's why that's dissenting or discrediting statements from Tinubu was made. But you should understand that it's because it's not in the same party. As Daniel Herrera said, if she was an APC flag bearer or candidate, it will definitely support her. But the fact that she's in the opposition party, you should expect jibes here and there.
I'm saying, why can't Tinubu just lead the fight for the governorship candidate?
It wasn't about fighting.
The jabs.
Yeah.
What he was talking about, that's what I think, is the fact that it is not even between gender. It's about who is Funke when it comes to me.
Exactly.
That's what
Funke is not contending with him.
But I think that's where he mixed it up. Funke doesn't have business with him. If Funke was running for a presidential
exactly,
that would understand.
I think the issue again has to do with whoever began that chant, the song itself, or the praise chant, whatever you want to call it. Because it was Tinubu who was there. Yes, quite right. You want to say some legal stakeholders were there. But the person who was singing and comparing, the opposition candidate to the party's, state candidates when Tinubu was there. Why talk about that? Why not mention Atiku or Obi or Kwankwa? So
I'm not campaigning for Funke, but I will just go with the third comment that whatever PDP Jando and Funke are doing at the moment, they should keep it on. Touch them. So we'll move on to the next story. So a Nigerian student in the UK is calling out Zenith Bank on Twitter for not processing his PTA.
Yes.
So he said, Zenith Bank processed my Form A that was approved 2 months ago. Don't run my life with your bad customer service and terrible banking service. I'm a final year student in the UK and I have until Monday or else I will be permanently withdrawn from the university. So he processed his PTA, that's for the payment of his school fees.
Yes.
2 months ago, that was in August. It was approved, but the money was not disbursed into the school account. And now the school has already sent an email to me that it will be permanently withdrawn if the school fees is not paid today. So it's calling out Zenith Bank. And we saw the different reactions online about it's not. So this period is not just Zenith Bank.
Yes,
people are calling out all bank, Access Bank, FCMB.
GT.
So I'll just take a reaction. Then at Amazing G says FCMB is also on this. Send that back. You guys need to look into Form A issues. How can students not be able to pay for their fees? Bank says allocation are small, yet disburses to highest bidder. So we've seen instances where people will say, if you want to process PTA or BTA in the bank, you have to have an insider. So why are these funds not available for normal Nigerians? But at the end of the day, we see politicians during their campaigns, during their rally, they share money, they share dollar, and they're not even sharing naira, they share dollars.
It's ridiculous. You look at the way things are. 2 months is a long time to address whatever hurdles, whatever it is that is affecting or delaying that payment. And it's electronic. What's the big deal there? 2 months. I feel for the student, and it's not the only one. We've heard of cases before where banking services here affect students over there, and it either disrupts their academic pursuit, or it derails it entirely. Final year student. So you can imagine, and for the school to send a final warning, the school will probably get reasons. So I just hope that it's sorted out as quickly as possible.
Please let me quickly take this reaction from Wizzy Adi. Says, get mama for your sister we get weary. Make them go sleep for bank, show them weary. So we've seen videos where people go to bank and display just to get their
well, that's because you only get physical cash. Again, this may not happen that way. It's quite sad, really.
But on the last one, Google Doubles, they're celebrating West Africa jollof rice. We all know this battle jollof war between Ghana and Nigeria. So I want to ask Margaret and Samson, which one is better? Which one do you prefer?
One patriotic Nigerians. Anyways, that's a fine place to wrap it up. Thank you so much. Thanks to you out there, our viewers, for spending your Monday to Friday with us all through the week. We are thankful. This is iBrand Daybreak, and we're saying do have a great weekend. I'm Samson Olede.
And I am Margaret Opera. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I'm Mercy Emmanuel. Have a blessed weekend.